see how long that actually stands there. Well, as we all know, as we all know, final 53-man roster is set. It is what it is, and there is a lot to discuss regarding it. I don't even know where to begin. And a lot of you are probably going to expect a reaction out of some of the moves that we made today. I'm not going to try, or let me rephrase that, I'm going to try not to put in sensitive energy into some of these decisions that the Saints have made because there were a lot of questionable ones, to say the least. There's no argument about that. There were a lot of questionable decisions that were made by the Saints. Oh, crap. Not again. Symptom, sinuses. Anyway. Yes, Rise Up. That's a better way to put it. The initial roster. But anyway, there's a lot of questionable decisions that I'm going to discuss right now. First and foremost, the big one, the ultimate one. Nobody saw it. Bradley Roby was released. Just released. I don't know the explanation. I don't know the reasoning. I'm not exactly. I was scratching my head. Now you got a line in the position. Will have something like that. I can't, like I said, I can't pronounce a guy's name worth a crap. But the point I'm trying to make here is that you're a quarterback that's been very productive for you, and now I guess maybe we're taking a young route. Um, so Bradley Roby's off the team. Shocking. Didn't expect it. On to the next one. You have Lutz getting shipped to Denver for a seventh round pick. Um, listen, we all knew it was going to be Lutz or Blake Group. We all knew it was going to be one or the other. Blake Group, I do believe, is a good young upcoming kicker, and it's sad. It's very heartbreaking. It's sad to see Will Lutz go, and it sucks. It sucks. I still had faith in Will Lutz. I still trusted Will Lutz as a kicker. I wasn't one of these people that said, "Oh, well, he's been struggling, so maybe it's time to make a move." But it's what they did. Now Will Lutz is in Denver with Sean Payton, that bastard. And I don't know if anybody else feels this way. I'm starting to kind of get a little bit of a disliking for Sean Payton. And you all can disagree, agree, whatever. And this just kind of went off from the get go, from the moment that he decided he wanted time off up until this point, and especially considering all the courses of events that have happened since then. Sean Payton's been getting me a little bit pissed off lately, and a lot of Saints fans can probably vouch for that as well. So Will Lutz is with Sean Payton in Denver, and our new kicker is Blake Group. I think he's a good young upcoming kicker. His size concerns me at 5'7". Does that mean he's going to get a lot of kicks blocked? We'll see. That's concerning though for me. The fact that you're 5'7", and you're going to have all them linemen coming at you and trying to block your kick. Ugh, we'll see how that shakes out. But the guy's got a good leg. The kid's got a good leg, so give him a shot. Give him a shot. But farewell to Will Lutz. Thank you for everything that you've done. You've kicked a lot of clutch kicks over the years for the New Orleans Saints. Without a doubt, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You have done above and beyond for the New Orleans Saints franchise. I mean, I can go through every single kick that you've made. You've done it. Every single game-winning kick that we've needed that mattered, you've done it. Has not missed, for the exception of his very first game against the Raiders when he missed that 61-yard field goal that Sean Payton put him out to kick. And, I mean, you had to expect that it's a rookie kicker. Odds weren't very good. So, other than that, he's been excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Will Lutz, for everything that you've done for us in this franchise. One of the better Saints kickers of all time. Blake Group, hoping that he's what everybody thinks he's going to be, or what Dennis Allen thinks he's going to be. So, we'll see. We'll see how that shakes out. Next, a couple of cuts that really shocked me. Nico Lalos, who had an excellent preseason, and I mean an excellent preseason, showed out. You cut him. I was not very happy about that. You also cut Jonathan Abram, which, I mean, to be fair, I didn't really hear much of his name throughout the preseason. Not sure what his contribution was. The principle that he came from the Raiders, and his name was thrown around for a while in the NFL. I would have liked to see him have a roster spot, but that's not going to be the case as of right now. And like Rise Up said previously, this is the initial roster. It's not something that is set in stone. So there's still things to be. Maybe somebody makes the practice squad and then gets playing time and somewhere in the season. So we'll see how that all shakes out. But it is it's a little sad to see some of these guys go. But the NFL is a business. We all know that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. We all know that. So it's sucks. It sucks. What else can you say? There were some questionable additions to the roster, though. First and foremost, you keep some of the guys on the team, like okay, Kirk Merritt. Kirk Merritt, what contribution does he have to this team? I don't see what his significance is, especially as a running back. You get rid of Daryl Williams. You cut Daryl Williams, but you keep him. Questionable decision there. What's up, L? How you doing? Long time no see. I haven't been much into the community as much, but it's football season. It's football season. Let's go. Speaking of him, knowing he's a Dallas Cowboy fan, we also cut Jaylon Smith. Jaylon Smith as well. Now there's a lot of speculation that he's going to make the practice squad, or he was waived, or I don't. Okay, listen. I'm confused with the terminology. The difference between being waived or released. Can Rise Up? Can you please clarify that for me? I think Jaylon Smith was released. Everybody else was waived. But there's speculation that he still may be on the team at some point this season. That he still may be on the practice squad. I'm confused with all the. It's really the business aspects of the NFL that I'm confused with, that I'm not completely clear on. So, Rise Up, I know you know your shit. If somebody wants to help me out, what's the difference between being waived and being released? T Dirty, that's another one. That's another one. Traquan Smith, thank you for reminding me. Traquan Smith somehow has a roster spot, but Shaq Davis doesn't. Uh, Kirkland doesn't. I mean, you've had guys that have showed out and played very well this preseason that don't have a roster spot, but Traquan Smith is still on the freaking roster. Unbelievable. Um, Kyle Phillips, another guy that I was kind of hopeful for, uh, didn't make the roster. He got cut. But like I said, a lot of these guys are probably going to make the practice squad. There are some guys that absolutely will not, though. Like Brian Edwards, he ain't coming on. He's not going to be on the practice squad. That guy is no bueno. No, thank you. I do highly anticipate Shaq Davis to be there. Nico Lelos, Lucas Kroll, who actually had he proved me a little bit that he can play some ball last night against the Texans starting lineup. So he did a little bit. So Lucas Kroll, I anticipate will be on the practice squad. Foster Moreau, listen, guys, I know he just got done, with his cancer treatment, and I'm so happy that he's healthy and ready to play. But what has he done? Like, do we even know what he's capable of doing? I don't know. I mean, you had guys that went out there and actually played, and I was sitting there saying Lucas Kroll uh, shouldn't be on the team or whatnot. I was one of those guys that said maybe he shouldn't be on the team, but he definitely played. I'm not sure if y'all saw what I just saw, but I think I might have missed that. He definitely played a lot better last night. And granted, Jake Haener was targeting him a lot, but I thought he made a good case for himself. Um, Rudy G Funk. Oh, it's going away next week, dude. Trust me. I'm gonna let it grow out for another week. But once football comes back, I'm gonna say next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, I will likely have it cut off, and I'll be getting my normal taper fade haircut. This shit makes me freaking break out, dude. Not gonna lie, this stuff makes me break out. I mean, you can see this long hair is the reason why I break out. So, it's gotta go. It's gotta go. I've gotten compliments on it. A lot of people have told me that it looks nice, but personally, it's time for me to make a move and get it cut off, hands down. But any other questionable decisions that the Saints did or did not make, or as far as roster moves. Blake Gilligan is now he's been released. He might make the practice squad, but he's been released. I think that's what it is. If you get released, if you get released, you can still you know. I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna guess. What I was just gonna say because I don't even I'm not even quite sure 100% on it. As far again, it goes with the business aspect. Players with less than 4 seasons in the league are subject to waivers, meaning they are available to be claimed by another team. Players with 4 or more seasons are released and become free agents. All right. Okay. 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 That makes sense. All right. So yeah, if you're on the waivers because you've played 4 seasons or less, that means like Tampa Bay can claim you tomorrow, and even if the Saints wanted to add somebody to the practice squad, they couldn't because Tampa Bay already claimed. All right, that makes sense. Players with 4 more seasons are released and become free. All right, so that's Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith has more than 4 seasons for sure. Billy Scott, you're losing week 1. Fireball also said that we're losing week 1. Listen, and for anybody that was here whenever I made the season prediction video, went through the games, went through every game, I said it. I think the Saints can lose to the Tennessee Titans week 1. That's a game that they usually lose. The Saints historically have not played well against the Tennessee Titans. I predicted the Titans in the game-by-game prediction to win 19-17 over the Saints. I'll be at that game, by the way, which is a whole nother subject because I'm waiting for people to come to a consensus of what price they want to pay, because originally I was going to go with one person. Now it's going to be my buddy and my brother. But my other buddy from school said that he wanted to come and he wanted to bring his girlfriend. So there's so much up in the air with that, but he's the one that's sitting there saying, I don't know if I want to pay $90, which me personally, I'll pay the $90, whatever. But I don't anticipate that the tickets are going to get cheaper as the week goes on and leading on to next week. So, yeah, I think I'm going to give him till either tomorrow or Thursday. And if he said, and eventually I'm going to be like, all right, bro, listen, bro, we're going to buy the tickets. So if you don't want to pay this money, then you need to like let me the fuck know, because I'm not gonna sit here and wait for you. Yeah, Billy, that's what I'm saying, Billy Scott. It's not that bad. He was like, oh well, there were some for 60 or 70. Yeah, but those were at the time, and there were, but they were individual seats. If you have SeatGeek, or if you have any kind of ticket, um, any kind of ticket buying app or whatever, you know that if your quantity is more, if you have more, like if you put in the quantity that I want 4 or 5 seats, it's going to show you sections where there are 4 straight or 5 straight seats available. If you're buying a ticket that's $60 and it's only one ticket, but you have somebody sitting next to you and somebody sitting on the right and left of you, yeah, you may be able to get that ticket for $60, $70, but you're not gonna be able to have anybody that you know sit next to you. But if you have 3, 4, or 5 people sitting next to you, the demand for those tickets are probably going to be a different price because it's in a different section. You should take Jordan Dog with you, man. I'm going to take a high risk and assume that Jordan Dog's not watching this and say, I don't think that would be a good idea. That would not be a good idea. Oh, yeah, Rise Up. I'm not going to speak on that, but if you know, you know. So, if you know, you know. I think I would. The funny thing is, I'm actually going to the Houston game this year. I'm going to the Houston game, so I would actually be driving past where Jordan lived, as opposed to me going pick him up and driving back to New Orleans and then bringing him back. If I were to go to the Houston game, which I am going to, it would be a straight shot. I could technically pick his ass up and then on the way back home drop him off, but I don't want those problems. I don't want those problems. I don't. Yes, the correct Rise Up. And like I said, I'm saying all this stuff in good faith that Jordan is not watching this. And if you are Jordan, then I'm sorry, but there's just so many considerations to why I wouldn't be able to take you to a game, let alone the fact that I just don't have the money to buy somebody else's ticket. Or in Rise Up ATL's observation, two other people's tickets. I don't know, bro. I got suspicion that my car has been like sounding kind of weird lately. And I mean, I'm one of those people that always has like I'm always skeptical and paranoid about and not only with like cars, but like my health, all that shit. Like if I feel something weird, I'm like, okay, call the doctor. But in reality, it's nothing. I did that today. I think I have some kind of like gastrointestinal thing going on up in here, like where it's like, been feeling a little funny in my chest and my upper abdomen, but I think it's gastrointestinal, but I don't know. So I made a doctor's appointment, and I'm funny enough, the appointment is scheduled for 2:30 on September 11th. So not only is that 9/11, it's going to be the day after I go after the first Saints game. Get that. Make that make sense. So I'm gonna be going to the Saints game on Sunday, having a great time. Then the next day, go to work, and then right after, I gotta go to this fucking doctor's appointment. Fun stuff. Don't you just love how these streams go? I put in the title what it's gonna be about, talk about it for a little bit, and then it completely shifts gears to a whole nother topic. Gotta love it, right? Uh, but I mean, in all reality, the Saints, and I said this already before, the New Orleans Saints of this season is up in the air. I said between 7 and 10 wins is a realistic expectation, and I stand by that. Between 7 and 10 wins to me is a real expectation, and a lot of people that were saying, "Oh no, they can win 12 games, they can do this, they can do that." I'm still sticking to my guns and saying between 7 and 10 wins is a realistic expectation, regardless of the schedule. And the announcers were talking about it on Fox last night. Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson. Oh, the Saints' schedule has them to be, they should be the favorites to win the NFC South or whatnot. Or you would think that they're the favorites to win the NFC South. And I'm not trying to bust anybody's bubble, but like, I'm not trying to put those expectations on my shoulders. Not at all. What's up, Jerry? I was just talking about my reaction to the initial roster that was made. Um, it was I can't say I was satisfied, but then again, at the same time, I don't know how to feel about some of the moves. About like for example, the Will Lutz move. I don't know. Only time's gonna tell if that was a good decision. The Bradley Roby situation, I thought that was I hated it because that's just one less asset that we have in that position. It's Alante Taylor, and then it's that OG Amadi guy. I can't even pronounce the dude's name. But those are our two slot corners. Safety wise, I think we're pretty good at that position, even though we let go of Jonathan Abram. Um, Nico Lalos, I loved him in the preseason. Cut him, but yet you got Traquan Smith on this team, and you got some other foosballs that made the team somehow, and I can't even remember their names. Oh yeah, Kirk Merritt. made the team as a running back. But you drop Darrell Williams. So it's going to be Kendre Miller, Jamal Williams, and Kirk Merritt to start the year at running back. In relation to wide receivers, Keith Kirkwood made the team. Not too mad at that. A.T. Perry, not mad at that. Traquan Smith made the team, like I said. And then obviously you got your core guys. You got Thomas and Olave. But I mean, we're just gonna see how it all shakes out. Oh, by the way, if you're just tuning in, this is the 18th year on this day Hurricane Katrina happened. I was 7 years old. I'm 25 today. 18 years ago. 18 years ago, Hurricane Katrina happened. And wow. In 2 years, man, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Wow. Okay. Yeah. But just wanted to just get my thoughts out. So, ironically, all this happened on the day of the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Did they ever fix up the Six Flags? No. No, they did not. It's an abandoned site. People go there to take pictures, do graffiti, all that stuff now. It's in New Orleans East, and nobody. I mean, I don't like going to New Orleans East. That's probably one of the more dangerous spots in New Orleans. But nope, they didn't do anything with the Six Flags. But on that note, guys, I'm gonna get out here and get my opinion out. But I'm hungry. I need to get something to eat. My body is starving. I haven't eaten since earlier. So you guys take it easy, and I'm out.